Imagine a magnificent city with towering temples covered in gold, advanced technology beyond its time, and an empire so powerful that no kingdom dared challenge it. Then imagine, in a single day and one terrifying night, the entire civilization disappeared beneath the ocean, leaving behind nothing but legends, unanswered questions, and one of history's greatest mysteries.
So, was Atlantis a real place, or was it simply a story created thousands of years ago? Welcome to Historical Facts 786. Today we're diving into an explainer on one of the greatest mysteries in human history. For more than 2,000 years, Atlantis has fascinated scholars, explorers, scientists, and storytellers around the world. But despite centuries of searching, no one has been able to prove where it was or even if it existed. Let's travel back in time to where this whole mystery first began.
Chapter 1. The Origin of the Atlantis Story.
The story of Atlantis actually begins with the famous Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, he wrote two dialogues called Timaeus and Critias. Now, these are the earliest known writings that mentioned Atlantis. And what's absolutely wild here is that before Plato put pen to paper, there is zero recorded mention of this place anywhere in human history. It literally all starts with him.
And Plato didn't just give a vague description. He gave us a detailed blueprint. According to him, Atlantis was a vast island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we know today as the Strait of Gibraltar. He described an incredibly wealthy civilization, with magnificent palaces, enormous temples, and beautiful canals designed in perfect rings of land and water. These people were master engineers with a powerful navy that totally dominated the nearby seas.
But you know how it goes with immense power. Plato wrote that as they got wealthier, the rulers grew arrogant. They abandoned wisdom and justice, becoming incredibly greedy and corrupt. It's this exact moral decay that supposedly angered the gods.
Chapter 2. The Destruction. Then came the punishment. And Plato describes this destruction as rapid, sudden, and absolute. Violent earthquakes and massive floods struck without warning. The most terrifying part, this wasn't a slow decline over centuries. In just one single day and one single night, Atlantis sank beneath the sea and disappeared forever. No survivors, no empire, just a legend.
But here is the biggest question of all. Did this actually happen? Or was Plato just inventing a brilliant, fictional story to teach his students a lesson about pride and the downfall of corrupt civilizations? Well, to figure that out, we have to look for physical proof.
Chapter 3. The Search for Evidence.
Here is the hard, unavoidable truth. Despite centuries of searching, countless expeditions, and all the passion in the world, to date, zero confirmed archaeological evidence of Atlantis has been found. Nothing that definitively proves this exact civilization actually existed. Because of this massive gap in the physical record, many scientists are firmly convinced Plato was just writing a moral fable.
Chapter 4. The Santorini Theory.
But others argue there has to be a seed of truth here. Enter the Santorini theory. Around 1600 BCE, so long before Plato was even born, a massive, very real volcanic eruption occurred on Santorini Island near Greece. It was apocalyptic, and it severely damaged the highly advanced Minoan civilization. Many experts look at this and think, aha, the story of the Minoan sudden destruction was probably passed down through generations, eventually inspiring Plato's tale.
Now, the Santorini theory is super popular, and honestly it makes a lot of logical sense, but it is not universally accepted. The geography doesn't perfectly match Plato's description of being out past the Strait of Gibraltar, and the timeline is a bit off. So, as impartial observers in this explainer, we have to acknowledge this compelling theory is still fiercely debated.
Chapter 5. Where could Atlantis be?
Because the Santorini theory isn't a perfect fit, explorers have theorized that the ruins might lie in a staggering variety of locations. They've looked everywhere. The vast Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, the Caribbean, near the coast of Spain. Some even believe it could be trapped beneath the ice of Antarctica. Yet, every few years a new theory pops up, and none have ever been proven.
Chapter 6. Modern Technology in the Hunt.
Today, the search has gone totally high-tech. We're using space satellites to map the globe, advanced sonar to scan the darkest ocean floors, and cutting-edge underwater robots to explore unreachable depths. And amazingly, we actually discover new sunken cities every single year using this tech. But despite all this incredible science, we still haven't found a single definitive piece of Atlantis.
Chapter 7. Myth or Reality.
So, where does this leave us? We basically have two main camps. On one side, the fictional moral story perspective.
This argues Atlantis was purely an allegory invented by Plato, a mirror reflecting the harsh consequences of human arrogance and bad decisions. On the flip side, the real historical event perspective suggests that behind the exaggerated myths, a real ancient civilization or historical disaster was distorted and romanticized over time.
The reality right now, there is currently no final scientific consensus. The historical and scientific communities remain completely divided, keeping the mystery alive and well.
And maybe that's exactly why the legacy of Atlantis is so powerful. Thousands of books written, hundreds of documentaries produced, and ongoing scientific exploration. It just taps into our deepest curiosities about our past and what might still be hiding right under the surface of our oceans.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. What do you think? After looking at Plato's precise descriptions, the tragic tale of destruction, theories like Santorini, and the total lack of hard archaeological evidence despite modern tech, was Atlantis a reality swallowed by the sea or just a powerful myth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're fascinated by history's greatest mysteries, hit the subscribe button and join Historical Fact 786 for more amazing historical facts, ancient secrets, and untold stories. See you in the next explainer.